Hello everyone, it's the God of Center with Matthew. So tonight we're going to be reading out of the book of Job again. We're going into the second chapter. If I can, well, that thing's just where it's going to be, I guess. Got my little girl Sonya here with me. Errol's down there with the cone. I'm calling her Cone Girl right now. We're going to go into chapter 2. Y'all calm down. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan also came among them to present himself before the Lord. The Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" Satan answered to the Lord and said, "From going to and fro on the earth, and from walking back and forth on it." So right here in the Old Testament, God's having a meeting with these people. These sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came along with them. So evidently Satan is still able to communicate with God. So if he was able to communicate with God, then he still does that. Because it says that God's the same as he was in the beginning, as he was in the middle, as he is now, as he will be forever. So God, in my opinion, still communicates with the devil. Because it's clear that he's doing it right here. So we're going to verse 3 now. Then the Lord said to Satan, the Lord speaking to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man who fears God and shuns evil. Still he holds fast in his integrity. Although you incited me against him, destroy him without cause." So Satan answered the Lord and said, "Skin for skin. Yes, all the man has he will give for his life. But stretch out your hand and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will surely curse you to your face." And the Lord said to Satan, "Behold, he is in your hand, but spare his life." So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and struck Job with painful blows from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. And he took for himself a potsherd with which to scrape himself while he sat in the middle of the ashes. Then his wife said to him, "Do you still hold fast to your integrity? Curse God and die." So like, people get in your ear when stuff's going bad. When stuff's going bad, they'll say, "Where's your God at now?" I mean, I've been told that, "Where's your God at now?" You know, in the middle, like I've been through some bad times in my life, and I'm sure that somebody's watching and been through some bad times in their life, and you can't listen to people. You have to listen to God and what's in your heart. And like, you know, the devil will try to destroy your connection with God. God, that's a good girl. God, we just have to stay strong. We have to stay strong in our word and our belief, and just do the right thing. But no matter what's going on, I mean, now his whole family just died except his nagging wife. That was the only thing that God left him, was a nagging wife. He's broke. Now he's sick. He ain't got no health, and he just got a nagger there, just nagging him. You know, but he's still holding his faith. You know, she told him, "Curse God and die." You know, so don't listen to the naggers of this world. So we're going to go on to verse 10. But he said to her, "You speak as one of the foolish woman speaks. Shall we indeed accept good from God, and should we not accept adversity?" In all this Job did not sin with his lips. It's hard to. What Job's doing is extremely hard, extremely hard. He just lost everything he owned, like all his cattle, all the stuff. If you go back to the lesson we listened to last week, he lost everything. His children. The only thing he's got is this foolish woman, he called her. That's all that's left. He's got a couple of good friends fixing to come visit him now. So it's very important. It shows that it's very important to have a good spouse that believes in God just as much as you do. If you are a true believer in God. I haven't never been married, but I got a buddy, Greg, that is. I was dating a girl for some years, and then I've dated some other girls, and you know, Greg would piss me off sometimes when he would say, "You got to be equally yoked." You know, you got to be, because he knows that I'm a strong believer in God, and some of these women that I've dated over the years is really not on the same level as I am with this whole Jesus thing. None of them have been, not one of them. So like, Greg warned me. Greg would warn me about this stuff. So like, you know, I really pray God does send a woman that's equally yoked, because if not, you're going to end up with this nagging BS that like they're going to try to get you off your game and try to get you to forget God and go into other stuff. And this is proof of it right here. The woman's trying to lead him off the wrong path. You need a woman that's going to be there, that's going to be praying with you and being there for you and doing the same thing you're doing when all this stuff's going on. You know, so that's something just got revealed to me, and I wasn't even really expecting that. I just read over this once before I started doing this. I just do these little freestyle videos. Every one of them is just freestyle. Nothing's rehearsed or nothing like that. I shoot it and that's it. We'll go to verse 11. Now Job's 3 friends heard of the adversity and had came upon him, that had came upon him, each one from his own place. Ezipit the Tanmanite, Bildad the Shupadite, and Zophar the Nabarite, for they have made an appointment together to come and mourn with him, and to confront him. And when they raised their eyes from afar and did not recognize him, they lifted their voices and wept. And each one tore his robe and sprinkled dust on his head towards heaven. So they sat down with him on the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and no one spoke a word to him, for they saw that his grief was very great. So like, these guys like had so much compassion for Job, they came and just stayed with him for 7 days and 7 nights. They didn't speak a word to him, but they knew he was going through it. They just stayed with him. You know, them are good friends, and them are the type of friends that we need to build relationships with other Christians. I'm not saying that we can't be friends with people that's not Christians, but like, that's the kind of stuff, that's the kind of stuff that like, that all of us need, friends like that. And not a wife like Job's wife's terrible. She really is a terrible wife. He's got good friends. He did a good job on picking his friends, but he did a terrible job on his wife. So now we're going to get in. I'm going to go into chapter 3. I wasn't going to, but I really think I need to get into this chapter, because this is where some stuff that I think most people can relate to, because I know I can relate to what's going on in chapter 3. After Job, verse 1, after this Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. And Job spoke and said, May the day perish on which I was born, and the night in which it was said a male child is conceived. May the day be darkness, may God above not speak it, nor the light shine upon it. My darkness and my shadow and the death calm it. May a cloud settle on it. May the blackness of the day terrify it, for the night may darkness seize it. May it not rejoice among the days of the year, may not come into the number of the months. Oh, may the night be barren, may the joy shout out into. May those who curse this day, those who are ready to arouse Leviathan, may the stars of its morning be dark. May it look for night but have none, and see the dawning of the day. Because it did not shut up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hide the sorrow from my eyes. Why did I not die at birth? Why did I not perish when I came in from the womb? So it keeps on going on. I'm going to stop there. Y'all get the gist. He goes on. Maybe I'm going to go ahead and finish reading it. Because, I'm going to stop there for right now. I'm going to finish reading it. But, I can relate to this stuff because I have, when I was in my drug addiction, I would be so just destroyed on the devastation that I caused people. I caused my family, and that the pain and suffering I was in, with my sister and my grandpa and the cousin, all that stuff happened. I just fell into this deep drug addiction, and it destroyed me for some years. And I would curse God, ask him why did he take my sister? Why couldn't it just been me that had died? Because I felt like that I wasn't, because I was stuck in this drug addiction, this alcoholism and drug addiction, and I stayed in there for some years, and then I got out, and it was a battle for some years. I picked up 7 years October 5th, and it's been a very terrible, long struggle with all this, and I just would curse God, and he's not really cursing him, but he's cursing the day of his birth, and I questioned why was I still alive? Why could some of these other people not have lived, and I would have gladly took their place because I'm not doing nothing good in this world. But since then, I have since I've got sober and my mind's cleared up, I realized that God let me go through all that stuff, all that hell that Satan put me through was for a greater purpose. I am able to help another addict or alcoholic out now, if they're willing. Some people is just not willing. Some people is just okay with just getting by, or just still doing their BS. Some people just never really want to change, and I can't help somebody that's not really willing to put in the work in order to get it done. It's took me a long time to realize that I have over the years, I have successfully helped some people, and then I have failed dramatically. I've probably failed way more than I have actually succeeded in helping people. But that hasn't stopped me. And there's just sometimes you'll get stuck in a situation with somebody, and it's just so frustrating that you don't know how to handle it. I don't even like really helping people no more because of just the BS that comes along with it sometimes. It's hard. It's hard dealing but there was people there for me. It's like, why did I not die at birth? Well, why did I not die at birth? Yeah, that's what he's asking. Why did I not perish when I came from my mother's womb? I feel that. That's really strong and powerful. Because I've said similar things, and I'm sure somebody in this audience has said similar things. Maybe you're saying them tonight. Maybe you said them last week. Maybe it ain't been too long since you've said some of this stuff. God does have a plan. I used to have a prayer. I would actually pray this prayer every night before I go to bed during some bad times. And this was sometimes even in sobriety. I mean, I've even went through some stuff in sobriety that devastated me. I would pray to God. That, can you just let me not wake up? I used to pray to God, and I still get in my funks, and I will still pray that prayer sometimes. I catch myself. It's not very often. I used to write letters to God. So all this stuff that Job's talking about here, after all this crazy stuff's happened, that God has let the devil just run wild on him. Get. God just let the devil run wild. So God still communicates to the devil, and the devil does get in, and all the bad stuff that's happening in this world is the devil. God is evidently allowing him to, because Satan goes and asks for permission. So God's not actually doing this evil stuff, it's the devil. But he is getting permission. He is getting permission, so I'm not gonna read any further into that, because like that was the thing I highlighted, and that was like, why did I not die at birth? Why did I not perish when I came from my mother's from the womb? You know, we all have some type of purpose, and some of us will exceed in that purpose, and some people will achieve the purpose. Some people barely skate by with the purpose, and some people never will fulfill their purpose. I'm sure there's stuff that like maybe I'll never fulfill that I was meant to fulfill, but I'm really trying my best. That's all that anybody can do. Just stay in this word, and when adversity comes your way, make sure you have good friends in your circle that you can turn to, you can trust, that's going to be there for you, and they ain't going to run around spreading rumors and lies and make the situation worse. You know, make sure that you pick the right spouse. You know, I'm 42 years old, and it's like, man, I'm really, really blessed I haven't married any woman I've dated as of yet, because I believe that it just wasn't meant. It wasn't meant like there's a higher calling for like whoever that is going to be, and I'm just it's going to make sense whenever this happens. It's going to make sense, and I just want everybody to just say, you know, just don't give up. Don't give up the dream you've been dreaming. Don't give up the steps you've been taking to make a bigger move. Or even just to stay afloat. Don't back down from anything that you've been doing that's been moving you forward, because the devil will bring adversity to you to have you curse God and for you to fail in the mission God has put forth on you. I'm going to be back in the book of Job next week, but I'm not sure. I may jump way forward. It's where the Spirit leads me. I'm going to read the next chapter and see where it goes. Who knows? I may stay a long time in this book. I don't really know. It's whatever the Spirit leads me. That's how I do this. People may think I'm crazy, but these scriptures speak to me, and God speaks to me, not audible, but like I just get this feeling of where I need to be at in this book. And this I've been putting this Job off, because I know that Job went through some stuff, and Lord, I don't want to go through no more stuff, but like if I have to, and that's what your will is, then I guess that's what I got to do. I'm hoping it's not, but I've had sort of a little bit of a Job year. It ain't been quite as what Job's went through, but I have had like a rough year this year, and I could use all the prayers I can get. And like if anybody needs me to pray for them, then reach out to me, and we can either pray together. I can get on the phone or video call or something. And if anybody out there hadn't been baptized, get a hold of me, and we'll get you. I'll figure something out. Them prisoners do it in trash cans, so if they can do it, like I said, I baptized a lady in the creek a few weeks ago. It was just enough water to do it. So if anybody out there can pray for my little girl here, she's still healing up. She got attacked pretty good, and she's gonna make it. She's just a little goofy thing, and she just loves life. And I'm blessed to have these two little girls in my life, or three. I got the old one in there sleeping, and I'm just rambling at this point. I just want to know everybody that I appreciate the views and I appreciate the support. And if you got any questions, comments, please put them down below. And if you need, like I said, if you need prayer, you can get a hold of me. I'll send you my number some kind of way. You can call, or you can just, I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I just, like I said, I want to tell everyone I love each and every one of y'all, no matter what y'all done. Y'all are able to be loved, and y'all are able to be able to save and go to heaven. I don't care what you've done. If we can get you in that water, we can rinse them sins away, and you will be forgiven. So I ask all this in Jesus' holy name. Amen.